a little R&R with Ronnie and Ray, talking about Win or Lose, the new Pixar series on Disney+. It's really good.
Yeah.
It is a anthology show about like a kid's softball team where each episode follows a different character and their problems.
Issues, yeah.
I was going to say mental health problems, but they're all not all... Like, one of them was about a mum who's just struggling to be a single mum. That's not like a mental health issue. It's a mental issue?
To some, personal issues, I guess.
Yeah. Every episode's taking part over the same period of time, and the appeal of the show is that... Okay, two things. One, it's way cartoonier than any previous Pixar thing, except for Turning Red. I think Turning Red's been a huge influence on this.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And every episode has a very unique visual trick, language they're using.
Something that indicates, like, their... Like, the dude in the armor, obviously, like, because he's guarded.
Yeah, there's a guy who's very defensive and guarded, so he kind of magically grows a suit of armor. There's a girl who has anxiety. She has this monster that kind of follows her around on her back all the time and gets bigger and bigger and weighs her down. It's just really interesting, imaginative stuff. I think it's doing very well at kind of empathetic writing.
Yeah, like, the thing that I like about it the most is that they've figured out good ways of conveying, like, these inner thoughts without having them just be like, a literal stream of consciousness line of dialogue, which is like, sure, we get it, but it's been done a million times and it's a bit trite.
Yeah, it is doing things you could only do in animation that you could never do in live action. Which is, the whole point of animation. Cool, let's talk about what I fucking hate about it.
Yep.
So there's a girl in the show who is supposed to be trans, and she was supposed to have an episode about gender dysphoria. And then Disney were like, no, you can't do that. For some reason. And we're 4 episodes into the series. I think that's halfway. What I have seen, I think that episode would have been really good. They're on the show doing very well at, like, here's a character, here's their thing, kind of making you feel that thing.
The, like, issue, problem.
Yeah, they make it very relatable. They make it very visually interesting. I'm almost certain this trans girl's thing would have been some kind of she is turning into a monster, or, they would have done something with Reflections, where in Reflections she's a monster.
Or, like, some kind of weird, like, hyper-masculine, I guess, thing, because it's like, oh, who are you kidding? You'll never, blah, blah, blah.
Which is very trite and overdone, but there's a reason every single trans cartoonist has done the whole monster in the mirror thing. But
look,
also,
it's a shorthand that gets the point across.
Yeah, it's so super done because it's super
the thing.
true.
Yeah.
But also, like, I feel like it would have been relatable to, I am guessing, people with eating disorders, weight issues, any kind of, I hate this part of thing about my body. That's not just a trans thing. It probably would have been very relatable to a lot of kids. Even ones that aren't trans, they would have been, oh, I feel like that. Yeah, like, gender dysphoria is specific to trans people. But body dysphoria, that's very broad, and it probably would have helped some kids see a thing and be able to point at a thing and go, that's, like, how I feel. But, no, Disney, cowardly bootlickers. Billion-dollar company and they're fucking bootlickers.
They're getting rid of their...
Oh, all the diversity departments, yeah. Apart from Turning Red, I have not actually liked a Pixar thing in quite a long time. Lightyear was nothing. Incredibles 2 was fine.
It was fine, but it doesn't really hold a candle to the first one.
Their output outside of Turning Red has been fine at best for years, and this is, like, the best thing they've done.
Look, and Turning Red, I like to think, was as successful as it was, I think, because it had a lot of cultural stuff tied into it, and I feel like that was less easy for, like, CEOs to say no to. So it managed to come across a lot more genuine than I feel like if it wasn't, like, like a Chinese-American household. Canadian, whatever.
Oh, bad news. They're saying no to it now.
Are they?
They've said they don't want stories that are, like, really focused on specific experiences anymore.
So what, it's just going to be generic slop?
Yeah, well, we are getting a Toy Story 5. So, win or lose, really, really good show, marred by corporate horseshit.